Welcome to Chochom on the Daf. Your sponsor, Lui Nishma Sar Chochom Le'Abbas Yitzchok. We're holding over the Zara Daf Lamed Hey. The Gemara in Avoda Beis brings a drasha on the pasuk that says L'Reach Shvonecha Toivim. The Gemara says that what the Chochom is doing, what is he similar to Tzloichis Shel Plaitoin? It's a type of oil, a type of perfume. If it's revealed, if it's Megulo Reicha Noidev, the smell spreads out. And if it's covered, mechuse ein recha noidef. So the Mashal over here in Chidushi Agodos explains that the Musar over here is for a person not to say, I'm going to be a Talmid Chochom, and I'm not going to give anybody else. I'll keep it to myself. I'm going to be the only wise person in the room. So now we're bringing an example from Tzloichis to Plaiton, that if it's covered, so in itself doesn't have a good smell. You don't really benefit from it. When he's spreading it out to others, he himself has a better smell. It affects him as well. So the person is that the Chochom gives out to others, so then his Chochom himself becomes stronger. And that's the next part of the Gemara. The Gemara tells us that things that are covered for him or revealed to him. So Mashal explains, this is based on what we learned. Right, the best way to learn is for the Talmidim. So things that are covered for him, if he doesn't teach to others, he will not know. And the Teres Chaim and the Chassav Sofer over here both say, when a person teaches to others and he's busy with others, so he has less time for himself. So you would think that maybe his Torah becomes less. But look, the same is similar to a well. The more water you take out, the more comes from in him. So when a person is teaching to others, they give them Chochmah from Shamayim that comes from within him, things that he couldn't know. He didn't even have a sukkah that he knows these things. They come and they spring from within him. Continues the Gemara and says that not only that, but Malach HaMoves the Malach HaMoves loves him. So the Mashal references the fact that when Moshe Rabbeinu Olul Amorim, every one of the Malachim gave him a gift. Even Malach HaMoves gave him the gift to tell him how to overcome a Magefo by using the Ketores. So that's the reference that even Malach HaMoves becomes a friend of the Talmid Chochom. The Ben Yehuda mentions, brings the Gemara in Tainis that tells us that when the Malach HaMoves once killed someone by mistake, he gave the years of that person, of that woman, to a Talmid Chochom. So a Talmid Chochom gets a gift from Malach HaMoves. And the Chassav Sofer explains that when a tzaddik dies, his misa is kapar for the whole generation. So the Malach HaMoves doesn't really want him to die. So he lets him live as long as possible, because in his death, and then the last thing the Gemara adds to it is that he is zoichet to shnei olamis, is zoichet to olam hazeh and olam haba. So the Mashal sends us to the Mishnah Pirkei Avos that says that Avraham Avinu's Talmidim, they are mizakeh to themselves and to acherim. So the zoichet for olam hazeh and olam haba. And it sounds like the Mashal is referring to is the fact that the Torah of Adam gives them olam haba. That's Torah Pashut. But where does he zoichet to olam hazeh? He's zoichet to olam hazeh when he gives to others, when he is doing it b'nadon al-chaveir. When you give to other people, you zoichet to this world. We do a Gedusha Ruchnius, and spirituality between you and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you zoichet to olam haba. And this is the Maharal mentioned a few times, the idea that a person has to have his shleimus, of a shleimus which is a spiritual shleimus, and a physical shleimus. So similarly, a person has to have a shleimus klape, the world up there, and has to have a shleimus klape, the world over here. Mashal says, when he's teaching to others, he does both. He's learning Torah, who gives him olam haba, and he teaches to others, which that's the olam hazeh part. Very similar, says the Chassav Sofer, says, why HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't give people shtei shulchanos? Why doesn't he give people to have both Torah and Ashirus? Because maybe the Talmid Chochom will be rich, he's going to be mevayit, he's going to stop learning Torah. But someone who's v'zakeh la'acherim ein chet ba'al yadoi. If he's giving to others, he's not going to be chayte in this world. So he merely gets this world as well. That's the shter ulamis. Now the connection between all of these things, the Maharal is miramis to something. He says when a person teaches to others, so it's nichshav shu nimtza b'foya v'lo b'koyach. He is coming out to fruition. He's not only in potential. And it seems to reference what the Rabbi Yitzchak Isaac Chover brings here in Afiki Yam. He explains the Inyan of Kabbalah, but the Yesod is that when a person teaches to others, he's able to connect to the highest level in Shamayim. He gets Shefa from the highest place. It's called the Nahar de Leilo, the higher river that comes from above. Once one connects to such a high place, so he may lay the divrei Torah which are mechuser or megula to him, because he's connected to such a high place. And he's mashpia even to the malach hamavis. Even the koichas around the world need him, because he's connected to such a high place. He brings all the shefa to the world, to all the bad and evil needs him, so they love him. And that connection of shefa elyon so much to down here, to this place, is the connection of both olam is olam haz and olam haba. So the Chochom who teaches others, he's a connector from the highest place to the lowest place, and these are all the inyanim that mentioned here in this Gemara. Anyone who wants to join the Shomachshava email list to what's to go, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.